What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will be going over one of the best chart pattern there is, the head and shoulder pattern. Actually, there's like 4 parts to this. If I'm going to break down in details the head and shoulder pattern and how I make use of it to give me high probability to setups. But then I'll treat an aspect of it in this video, showing you guys one amongst quite a number of ways I use the head and shoulder pattern. And that will be using the head and shoulder pattern for trade entry confirmations. As I use this a lot, and over the course of my trading journey, has proven to be a useful and reliable entry criteria. Stay to the end of this video. So I will be explaining how I use this as entry confirmation, going over some trades I took on Jump 25 index this past week. Just in case you don't know how the head and shoulder pattern look like. This is it. Then we have the inverse, which is the opposite of the head and shoulder pattern. But then it's not going always be this perfect all the time, as you might have it come in different forms, such that sometimes we have both the right and the left shoulders being equal, or like a perfect head and shoulder pattern. Sometimes you have what? The left shoulder slightly lower than what? The right shoulder. Some other times you have the right shoulder higher than the left shoulder higher than the right shoulder. And even some other times we have it come in this form. First, your ability to be able to what? Identify the pattern, whichever form they come. That's important. It's important I mention also the head and shoulder pattern comes in 2 forms: potential and confirmed head and shoulder pattern. Well, the potential head and shoulder pattern would be obviously when one's price has made the left shoulder and then giving us the head. But then it's just about what? Forming the right shoulder, hence potential. Because what? The right shoulder is only just in the process of forming. So it's called a potential head and shoulder pattern. And then there's the confirmed head and shoulder pattern where the right shoulder has been fully formed. And then there is what? There is a price break of what? Of the neckline. The price break of the neckline. This would be what? A confirmed head and shoulder pattern. In the course of this video, we will be treating about the latter, which is the potential head and shoulder pattern. Maybe in subsequent videos, we will delve into how I make use of the confirmed head and shoulder pattern. Quickly, I'll dive into using the head and shoulder pattern for trade entry confirmations. So we'll take a look at this level right here. Clearly, we have the trend in our favor, where in a downtrend, or we can see what the market pointing lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low, and then a lower high, and then we had what that break in market structure, where we can clearly see what the previous support broken. The broken support becomes what a new resistance. So we're looking for what? We're looking for potential selling opportunities at this level. Now, this is where switching between time frames is going to come in handy. I really can't overemphasize the importance of multi-time frame analysis. It gives you more detailed price action. We're looking to sell from what? This level being what? Previously broken support, now what? The resistance. Then just to be able to get what? Clearer price action around this level, we'll move the time frame lower just to see more clearly the candlestick patterns that forms at the level. Then, so remember, we're looking to sell from this level. Previously, the level was what? Support broken. Now turned what? A resistance. Then we're having to see what? The head, the left shoulder, the head, and then what? The right shoulder, potential right shoulder. So that's at the retest of this level where we had our sell entry signal. The right shoulder had not completely formed, so it's just potential right shoulder. But then what did we notice? We noticed that what? Not only we were testing what? The previously broken support now on resistance, but seeing what? At the formation of the potential right shoulder, we're having what? A rejection candlestick off of what? The 50 exponential moving average, acting what as a dynamic resistance, clearly because what price is below the exponential moving average. And then what? The entry signal for shorts here was at the bearish engulfing candlestick, closing just below this very level. Then that was what? Our sell entry signal. Stop losses above. Then we're targeting anyways from what? A 1 to 2 hour arrow. And more, depending on what? The strength of the trend. That's one of the trades we took. And how we used what? The head and shoulder pattern just to give us confirmations. Also at this level, we're looking to what? We're looking to sell from this level. Clearly, again, you can see what? We're in a downtrend. The trend is in our favor. And then we're having to see what price break below what the previous structure being what is support. The broken support becomes a new resistance. So we're very much expecting price to trade back into this level. We're expecting price to trade back into this level, the key level, 98,500. Also coupled with the fact that previously the level was support, now turned what? The resistance. We'll move down the time frame lower just to get clearer price action at this level. Then clearly we can see what we're having what see the head, the left shoulder, then the head and the potential right shoulder. Again, the formation of the potential right shoulder, what can we see? We can clearly see not only is price rejecting what's previously broken support now turn resistance, also rejecting what? Psychological level 98,500. And then again, also rejecting what? The 50 exponential moving average. In this case, because price is below the exponential moving average, acting as what? A dynamic resistance also. So getting what? That rejection candlestick. And then the short entry signal for our sell was the bearish engulfing candlestick just after the rejection. Stop losses above. And then we're targeting anyways from what? The 1 to 2. Minimum of 1 to 2. We can increase our reward ratio depending on what? The strength of the trend. So that's the second case study of how I make use of the head and shoulder pattern for entry confirmations. So we add for a shots. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we had a key level somewhere around here. The fact that we had what the level acted what? Support, and then what? The level has now been broken. The broken support becomes what? Broken support becomes a new resistance. So whenever price retests this level, we're looking for what? Potential selling opportunities from this level. We're looking to what? Short price upon the retest of this level. Also, we had psychological number at the level. 101,400. And this is where we move the time frame lower upon the retest of this level, just to be able to what? See clearer the candlestick patterns formed right at the retest of the level. Move to 1 hour time frame. Yeah, you can clearly see how we have ourselves. The left shoulder, and then the head, and also what? The potential right shoulder. And we have ourselves here a perfect head and shoulder pattern. Not just because we are clearly seeing the left shoulder and the right shoulder are equal, but also because what? Both the left and the right shoulder are formed and rejecting this very strong level. You can see how the level acted as what? The level acted as a resistance, and then what? The left shoulder found that resistance just right at that level. Again, what? We're having to see what? The right shoulder coming to that level also. Both shoulders being equal, and then what? We're having to see the right shoulder reject the level. So here we have a perfect head and shoulder pattern. And what? Our sell entry signal was what? The bearish candlestick that formed just right off that level. Yeah, ourselves our sell entry signal, the bearish candlestick, stop losses above level. And like I said, our TPs 1 to 2 minimum, then we can increase our take profits depending on what and the strength of the trend. Also, we had ourselves another opportunity for an inverse head and shoulder pattern, which is the reverse of what we've been dealing with, somewhere around here. Somewhere around this level, you can clearly see where the level of resistance, and then what the level was broken. There was a psychological level. N2 350 psychological level. And not only what did we break above what the previous resistance, now turned to what a new support. The retest of what the previously broken resistance and turned new support. We can also see what exponential moving average 50. We're retesting what the exponential moving average 50, and because we are above the exponential moving average 50, in this case, the exponential moving average is acting as what a dynamic support. So we're testing what a support, and then also what a dynamic support, the exponential moving average 50. We're looking to what go longs from this level, psychological level 10 to 350, and then this takes us what a time frame what lower. We'll drop down to a time frame lower just to be able to get what better candlestick patterns. The retest of this level, we need to get a more detailed candlestick patterns. This takes us down to 30 minutes time frame. So this is the very level, not so clear. Well, even at that, we can clearly get to see what we had the left shoulder, then we had the right shoulder, we had the head, sorry, then what we get the right shoulder, potential right shoulder rather. Clearly what the trend is what in our favor. We'll go back to the 1 hour time frame. At this level, we clearly see that we're in an uptrend, then confirming why we're very much looking for buying opportunities from the level. Previously, broken resistance, now we need support. Also what we had what price retesting what from the 30 minutes time frame. Clearly we're retesting what psychological level 10 to 350, previously broken resistance, now turn support, and then what we're above the 50 exponential moving average. And now the exponential moving average is acting as what a dynamic support. And then we are having to see what that entry confirmation, which is what the inverse head and shoulder pattern. Our entry signal was for the bearish engulfing candlestick, forming right, just at the potential right shoulder. Stop losses somewhere below the head. Then, like I said, our targets are what 1 to 2, anywhere from 1 to 2 minimum. Then we can get to increase our TPs depending on the strength of the trend. So this is just a few case studies of what how I make use of the head and shoulder pattern for trade entry confirmation. Guys, we don't trade just because there is head and shoulder pattern forming on the charts. You've got to have the trend in your favor. And then seeing the head and shoulder pattern form at certain levels is an added reason to take the trade. So for every one of the trades we took, you notice very well we had what? We had the trends clearly in our favor, and then what? Only used the head and shoulder pattern as what? Confirmations, entry confirmations in line with some other criteria, which were clearly discussed. This is obviously part 1. If you guys want to see part 2, more videos like this of how I use the head and shoulder pattern a little bit more in depth, into my strategy. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching the video to the end. Go ahead and subscribe, like, share, as well as leave a comment if you found value in this. See you guys in the next video.